Yeah, well, that's what tennis is about, and helping especially the beginner players play is just giving them those basic tips and strategies to focus on, like you said before, with the backhands across court, and even that just hitting to someone's forehand there, like just something simple to focus on, or just trying to get two shots back. Um,
Yeah.
in a rally, whether you're serving or not, then you can maybe advance a little bit more by more, like over time, what strategies you play, but simply just so they can enjoy the game of tennis rather than just learning how to do a forehand or a backhand. Oh, let's do some volleys, and it's very dead hand fed or even racket fed drills where there's no
Right.
tennis being played at all. It's just kind of more like golf with a moving ball.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything up until this point has been targeted at, intermediate to advancing players. But, a quick word to the beginners out there. One thing I tell people as I'm starting them is there are a couple of unwritten rules in tennis. And one of them is if you can rally, people will rally with you. But if you can't rally, they won't. They'll come up with ridiculous excuses why they can't play that day. Like, I have to wash my hamster or something like that. They will just not be available to play you. And the other one is if you can serve and make some shots, then they will play a match with you. But if you can't, if you're going to double fault all the time or you can't return their serve, it's just not fun. It's just not a challenge. So it goes that I'm piggybacking off of what you said about making the first two shots.
Yeah,
And then if we go a little deeper, Craig O'Shaughnessy, he's one of the most influential people in strategy in the world right now, and he's other people have also come up with this data independently, but what they found out is that uh, anywhere from 55 to 70% of all points are finished before someone makes the fifth shot. And so poorly understood, people will say, oh, well, what are you trying to say, that you should try to end the point really fast? What are you a proponent of first strike tennis and throw caution to the wind? And it's like, well, no, that's not the right interpretation. And so I think Craig's quote that it's okay to win the point quickly, it's just not okay to lose it quickly.
yeah,
So if you were beginning to play matches and you simply, go out there to make your first serve in play in the middle of the box and get yourself really good and ready to make that next shot. We call that the +1 shot. Um, and you make that a lot, you're going to win a lot of matches because the most common thing that happens is the serve goes in and the return doesn't come back. And the second most common thing that happens is the serve goes in, the return is hit, and the next shot is not made. So if you're the one who's making your first two shots, you've got a big leg up on anybody else, no matter how good their strokes